You ever notice how everyone claims to love an underdog? Sports movies, reality shows, hell, even Disney's been cashing in on the narrative for decades. Underdogs are inspiring from a distance, on a screen, where the story's already been neatly packaged, scored with dramatic music, and wrapped up in a happy ending. But in real life, supporting the underdog means you're backing the person no one else believes in yet. It means saying, yeah, this scrappy little idea, this struggling artist, this random dude with a podcast, that's worth my time. And let's be honest, most people would rather wait until the person has already made it. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. People love the idea of the underdog, but they hate the risk of supporting one. It's safer to watch Rocky on his 15th montage than to cheer for the guy sweating it out at your local boxing gym. It's easier to root for the band once they've got a record deal than to sit through their terrible early gigs at a dive bar downtown. Why? Because if you support an underdog too early, you risk looking dumb. You risk saying, this person is going somewhere, and then they don't. And that bruises egos. No one wants to be the person who backed the MySpace band that never left MySpace. So instead, most people just wait. They wait until the world tells them, hey, this is worth your attention. And then suddenly everyone's a day one fan. Suddenly the same people who scrolled past your post are bragging like, oh yeah, I knew about him before he blew up. No, you didn't, Karen. You ignored my SoundCloud link 7 times, so shut the fuck up. Here's the brutal reality. Underdogs don't need cheerleaders once they're winning. They need them while they're still fighting uphill. But the sad truth? Most people would rather watch the fight from the sidelines and only clap once the battle's already over. When I first started podcasting and live streaming, I had a Facebook group where 143 people said, oh my God, I'll totally listen. Guess how many actually did? 3. 3 people. The rest of them, they stopped at the Facebook page like, maybe left a comment, maybe shared a post once, but actually listening, actually showing up, crickets. And you know what's crazy? Those same people will spend 200, sometimes even 300 minimum just to go watch their favorite football team lose again. They'll buy overpriced beer, sit in freezing rain, scream at a TV at a bar, all to support a team that doesn't even know their name. But when it comes to their friends, to the people actually trying to build something, trying to climb out of being an underdog, suddenly they can't find 15 minutes to hit play on a free episode. That's wild to me. Like, you'll pay to watch strangers fail every Sunday, but you won't invest 15 minutes in someone you claim to care about? And here's where it gets heavier. When you show up for a Facebook page, but not the actual thing that matters, like the work, the dream, the effort behind it, it chips away at the underdog's mental state. For someone who already struggles with mental illness, it reinforces every ugly lie the brain likes to whisper. You're not good enough. Nobody actually cares. Why even bother? Supporting isn't about clicking like. That's surface level, low effort validation. Support is action, listening, sharing, showing up, because the underdog doesn't need 143 empty promises. They need 3 real people to actually give a fuck. And for someone fighting through depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, whatever it is, it's life-saving. Here's the thing. Real support isn't complicated. It doesn't take hours of your time or some deep financial investment. It's not, well, when you make it big, I'll be there. No, support is the small stuff that adds up. It's pressing play, it's subscribing, it's leaving a review, it's sharing a link with a friend saying, yo, check this out. You don't have to donate your kidney or sell your car to be there for someone chasing a dream. Sometimes it's literally just showing up consistently. And let me tell you, when someone actually does that, when someone hits play every week or tells you, hey, I love that episode, or buys a piece of merch, that kind of support feels like you just won the Super Bowl. Except the parade isn't in your head, and instead of confetti, it's all self-doubt melting away for once. Because real support tells the underdog, you're not screaming into the void. Someone is listening. And that matters more than people realize, especially for people already battling their own minds. Support is never measured in likes. It's measured in effort. And funny enough, it's usually not the people you expect who will give it. Family, half of them don't care. Old friends, most of them will ghost you. But then a stranger who stumbled across your work at 2 a.m. will binge everything you've ever done, become your loudest cheerleader. That's what real support looks like. If you want to be there for an underdog, don't just talk about it. Show up, engage, prove it. Because the truth is, underdogs don't need a stadium of fans. They need a handful of people who are actually there. Here's the brutal truth. People love the story of an underdog because it makes them feel good about themselves. It's inspirational wallpaper. It's safe. You get to watch Rocky go 12 rounds, scream, Adrian, and feel like you climbed the steps with him. But when it comes to actually supporting the real life underdogs in your world, suddenly everyone's too busy, too broke, or too distracted scrolling TikTok. Why? Because rooting for the underdog on TV costs you nothing. Supporting one in real life means accountability. It means actually putting in the tiniest effort. And God forbid people risk being inconvenienced for 5 seconds. But here's the kicker. Underdogs don't rise without someone else in their corner. Every overnight success you've ever seen had a small crew who actually showed up when no one else did. And that's the difference between the underdog story that stays a what if and the one that changes the game. And hey, speaking of supporting the underdogs, this episode of Brutally Human is brought to you by Petty Merch. If you're tired of giving Nike, Adidas, and whatever fast fashion brand your cousin is obsessed with your hard-earned cash, go support something that actually matters. Petty Merch is my own line. It's raw, it's sarcastic, it's unapologetic, just like this show. Use code BRUTAL at checkout for 15% off your order, because unlike people who support you, at least my shirts will actually show up when you need them to. So here's your takeaway. Don't just cheer for the underdog, support them. Show up, click play, share their work, buy a damn shirt. Because the only thing worse than being the underdog is being the underdog surrounded by people who swore they'd have your back but never actually did. I'll be back next week, same place. Until then, do you, but do it with love and affection. I'm Kyle Fields. This is Brutally Human. Have a great week.